Good morning. It's Chrissy's Corner for Collectors, and I'm going to put out a quick video. I want to show you something that I've become very excited about, and I don't usually do a lot of content videos, so this one will be short, but I want to show you my new projects. So if you know anything about me, I like to be creative. I'm not always successful at it, as some of you guys are out there in our community, but you've inspired me. And I wanted to create something that was cool and different. Of course we all do, you know. But I really needed, sorry about the bird. I really need some inspiration. So the first thing I did was I started making these book assemblages for Halloween. And I'm going to show you one that will still be available this Sunday at our early bird sale on my YouTube channel this Sunday, 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time with Youngstar Girl. And I believe Wendy's Wacky Warehouse is with us too. So this is the first assemblage that I've been working on. It's a Halloween one. So basically, I got two books, and these are vintage books. This top book in particular has an imprinted bat on it. So I thought that was really cool for this project. The books are glued together, and I picked a black one and kind of an orangey red one. Then I chose a focal piece. This time it's an owl. I know how much you guys like owls. It's an owl skeleton. I put a piece of jewelry here, like a bow tie. And then I started to embellish it with some vintage and not so vintage. So I have some, a very mauve, bleak flower. I put some red sparkles in there. I put a piece of jewelry that kind of sparkles. There's a hand that looks like it's coming out of the ground. And then in the front, there's a scorpion right here. There is some leaves and twigs. There's another bone. I put this vintage bulb in there for no reason. I just thought it would kind of look good. I put a vintage bottle here, very old bottle with a little charm on top. And then I made a fake little map book, and there's kind of like a tarot card here, and the number 31 for Halloween. So this one will be available. I had two others which already sold, so this one will be available on Sunday for $15. And they are vintage books, and it's all together, it's all complete. So I was very excited about that. And I was excited that you guys liked the other two so much you bought them. So then I started saying I'm gonna do some more of these. But again, I wanted them to be unique and different. So I have some ephemera that I always go through. And I always get new ephemera, and it's usually old vintage ephemera. And I was going through some of this ephemera, and I came across a card that kind of looked like this, a little bit different. And I started reading it, and it said on the top, cutting of the second teeth. And I looked at it, and it was a diary that a mom had taken of her little child's losing their teeth in certain stages, and the dates and which tooth they lost. And I thought, oh, that's a great theme. Now, there's something else you should know about me. I love to tell stories, and sometimes the stories are true, and sometimes I embellish a little bit. If you've ever seen the movie Big Fish, I am the big fish. So I saw this card, and I said, this is what I'm gonna do with these assemblages. I'll make some for Halloween for fun, but I'm gonna also make some that tell a story. So I want to show you the one I'm working on right now, because I'm really excited about it. So the first thing I did was I got that card that's handwritten, that has the dates and the tooth that the child lost. And I thought, I'm gonna make a little trinket box. Because you know when you have a child and they start losing their teeth, the tooth fairy comes and takes the teeth. And so sometimes you just want a keepsake of that. So I found a vintage card box. Okay, this is it. I'll show you the rest in a second. And this was used for playing cards. It had two little imprints in it. So here it is. I painted it and distressed the box. This is the card I was telling you about. So it tells you in the woman's handwriting which tooth they lost. And over here are the dates. And they start at 1943. Pretty cool. Inside here, I found a picture of a baby in a high chair. I found this hand crocheted, it's a coaster, but it kind of reminds me of a baby blanket. These are all glued in. I glued two marbles for a baby boy. So the theme of this one is going to be a baby boy when they lose their teeth. I put a little key here, And then, you know how the tooth fairy comes. Well, I figured in the 42s, how much would you get for a tooth? Well, there was the Depression going on and all that, so, and the war was going on. So, not the Depression, the war was going on. So I thought a penny, and this is a special penny. It's an Indian head penny. You might not be able to see it, but there it is. Okay, so everything's glued in, and the back is glued up. So this is how it's gonna look, but there's more things. So because it's vintage, I wanted to continue with the theme. So I made a flower out of the vintage paper and some ribbon, glue there. And then I found a little bear charm and some broken jewelry, and I glued that to the top. So that flower is gonna end up right here on the top somewhere, probably like that. Okay. The next part is I found this little advertising box for the top of the baby's bottle. I'll put it up closer for you guys because I can't say the word on YouTube. So it is a vintage box. That I'm thinking is gonna go right in here like that with maybe some flowers coming out of it. It's just some little blues or something. Not sure about that yet. The next thing I went and got was a little vintage, now I'm theming this as a little boy, so a little vintage trinket, wood trinket box. See that? And it's hand painted. And so this, what I'm planning to do is glue this in here, okay? I've made some fake teeth. They're not very good. I'm not that good at fake teeth. But I'm gonna put them in there. The lid won't be glued because you really could use this as a trinket box if you got something, this for a mom who just had a baby and a baby boy. Okay, so that's gonna go in there. So those are all vintage items. So far we've got all vintage items. I also purchased a vintage baby pin. So that's gonna go in there. Not quite sure, it might go by the marbles. I'm not quite sure, it's got a turtle on the top, so I'm still playing with that. And then I have another piece of broken jewelry. It's like the Tree of Life. That's gonna go on the outside here, but I'm going to get some ribbon to embellish this. So this hopefully will be done by Sunday's sale. So I hope it is done. And this could be a cute gift for the mom to be, maybe somebody who already knows that they're having a boy, and it could be just a little display piece, especially if they like vintage things. But I think it came out really cute. I am gonna put some kind of a ribbon around the bottom. I'm looking for some vintage ribbon. And then there'll be something here underneath that. And then I might just find some more little pictures or something here, stickers, I don't know. But I wanted to show that to you because I'm really excited about working on that. The other thing I want to show you is some more things I have been collecting for. So I'm collecting a theme. So the next one is a Christmas cookie theme. So I'll show you what I have for that. I have this green box and a green book, and it says Silver Hill, but I got it because it was green, and it is a vintage book. And this one, I don't know what color it is, 67, okay? So this one is gonna be making Christmas cookies. So I've got this older Christmas, Merry Christmas, it kind of looks like a burlap, if that's what you say. And this is gonna go around the book in 2 different ways, okay? And so the book will be sitting like this. On top of it, I got these vintage McCormick cake decorating sugar crystals. So that's gonna go on here like this. I've got a vintage Christmas cookie cutter. I got a bell for Christmas, so that's gonna go on there. I've got this little tiny scooper for like sugar or whatever. That's gonna go on there. I've got a distressed wooden spoon. That's gonna go on there. And then I got this. It's a vintage, again, going through some of my stuff, sugar cookie recipe on a cardboard, and on the back, it has this real cool girl. So she's gonna be propped up somehow like this. And then you'll have all kinds of Christmas embellishments on it. So that's another themed one. Again, so excited to be able to tell a story, but still get you some vintage things. Some other ones that I'm planning on doing, I have a vintage Morton salt apple core. So I thought I would take this vintage cookbook, and because it has a pie on it, I thought that this could go on there with a little rolling pin. And then I was gonna look for a mini pie pan to put on here, and then just some Christmas stuff around that. So that's another one that I'm working on. And then I have one more that I'm working on, and so far I only have 3 items on it. But I have a book, but I haven't decided. I might use a brown book for this, but this is a vintage Mama's turkey and stuffing. Vintage card. So I'm gonna be distressing this little spoon. This will go on here. For Thanksgiving, I also have some real corn. I have the book, and then I'm gonna see if I can get some vintage spice tins to put on there too. So I've got a couple in the work. I've also got some cool bottoms, so I'm gonna make some littler ones for people who don't really want a big one. So this is a olive tree wooden little dish. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do with that one yet. I might just do like an outdoor, like with a little vintage deer or something sitting in here, and then some greens. I've got this little container, which is Rhymes USA Ceramic, Montana. And I just like it because I like the design on that. Isn't that fun? So I thought this might be cute for Christmas too, to also put like a little deer in and some stuff in there. And then the last one I have is this glass coach. So I bought this for $1, and then I bought this for $1.49 plus 20% off. And I think for this one, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some vintage icicles, blown glass icicles, and this fits really good on here. So I think I'm gonna get some icicles, hang them from the inside, put some fake snow on the bottom, maybe some tinsel, maybe a mercury ball or something in there, and then put something really decorative up here, make sure it's glued shut, and then this will be a like little fun icy one. I also have a clock that's broken that I'm going to use as a base for something, probably for a New Year's item. And then I've got some cute little things that can go into all of these. So I just wanted to show you what I was working on. Again, the owl will be available. And look at that. I just find that this bat on this book is so cool. I forget what the name of the book was because I covered it up. But this is going to be available this Sunday. And if you buy it Sunday, you will get it by Halloween, I promise. And then the baby one, which I really am hoping to be done with. I have just everything I need except the ribbon. And I'm being a little picky about the ribbon. So, I mean, I probably have some ribbon, but I'm really trying to find the right ribbon. So, because there's so much vintage in here. So again, this is gonna have this, like that, this little baby thing, and this, and that's how it's gonna look. And it'll be just displayed and wherever you want to display it. It's not very big, and actually it's not very heavy either. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what I've been working on. I'm so excited about this because it's not just throwing things in a cup with some tinsel. There's a little bit of thought behind it. There's a little bit of story, especially like Mama's turkey stuffing, which makes 12 pounds. It's a lot of stuffing, okay? You know, and I will, and because somebody took the time to write this, I will make sure it's displayed really well. Because I think you need the front and the back for that. So I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed letting you know what I'm up to. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And I hope to see you on Sunday sale. Bye, guys.